Hey there everybody, welcome back to another day of our Summer Reading Club programming. Today what we're going to be making is a bionic hand. Kind of looks like a robotic hand here. Pretty cool, right? So this is a little bit more of a complicated craft today, but I will try my best to walk you through it. What you'll need for today's craft is just some regular paper, some scissors. You will need some string. Any string works. For me, I'm just using yellow because it's my favorite color. Some straws, and of course, a pencil, and tape or glue. Now, to get started, what you want to do is to trace out your hand using your paper here, and then just cut it out. You should get something that looks like this. Of course, all of our hands are different sizes, so it doesn't matter if it's a lot bigger or a lot smaller than this one here. Now what you'll want to do is grab your straws and start to cut them up in little sections, little pieces here. And the straws may go all over the place, and that's okay. There we go. Now, you want a bunch of straws that are about this size. Nice and tiny. And if you can, make sure that they're hopefully around the same size. If one's a little bit bigger than the other, that's okay too. Then what you're going to want to do is grab your tape. Double-sided tape works really well. I don't have any at the moment, so I'm just using regular tape and folding it backwards so it's sticky on both sides. Then you put it at the back of the straw, just like that. And then you put it at the top of your finger. It doesn't matter which finger you do first, because all of them will have a couple straws on them. So it should look just like this. Now, you're going to want to do the exact same thing and just repeat the process. There we go. See? And tape at the back of the straw again. And put it on that same finger. If you can, make sure the straws are all lined up with each other. And we're going to do one more small one for this finger. Let's see right here. There we go. Just like that. Now, what you want to do next is grab a bigger straw, so one that's a little bit larger, and that will just be taped right here at the bottom. And if you need to use a little bit more tape for this one, that is totally okay. There we go. Should look just like that. It's okay if the straw doesn't come all the way to the bottom. That will come later. Now, what you want to do next, after you have put on all of your straws on every finger, so you should have 1, 2, 3 on every finger except for maybe your pinky finger, and then have one larger one that just meets at the middle here. So on each side. There we have it. Yes, but the next step is to grab some string. And it doesn't matter how long it is, you can line it up based on your hand, but you want to have your string be long enough so it reaches from the top of your one finger to just past the bottom of your hand. So mine will be just about like this. There we go. Not too long here, but long enough. And if you see, it should line up with your hand, so I can show you here. Just like that. There we go, see? And the string is just past the bottom of your hand. Now, the first thing you want to do is to put your newly cut string from the bottom of this straw into the top. So here, let me do it for you. And if you need to lick the string to make it a little bit easier to put through the straw, go for it. I have really big fingers, so this is the hardest part for me of the entire craft. And you see, it should be just through. And then the top of the string is right here, the bottom is right here, both in this straw. Now what you want to do next is to basically tie a knot using both ends of the string so that it stays within that top straw. And if this takes a minute or two, that's okay. When I was making my first bionic hand, it took me about half an hour or so to get all the strings in and out of the straws here. So it takes a little bit. Ooh, almost there. There we go. Now, just like that, my string is knotted at the top, as you can see. So what you'll want to do next is, with this string, you want to start to put it down into all of these straws here. So from the top here, into this one and out, into this one and out, and then finally into this one and out. So I'll do it here just to show you. Again, if you need to lick the string, go for it. And this craft definitely takes some time, so it's all right. Have lots of patience. And if you see, I just put it into the second straw here. And then slide it into the next straw. There we go. Ooh, my string's tangled a little bit here. There we have it. And it's in the next straw here. And then this is where it comes, and it's the really hard part. And you want to put this same string in the really, really long straw here. So again, if you have to lick the ends, it might make it a little bit easier. Just keep sliding it through until it pops out the bottom and pull. All right, now that has finished one of our fingers. And if you see here, I can pull it and it waves a little bit. Okay, now in order to finish this craft, what you want to do is just do the exact same steps that I've walked you through here with every finger. And then eventually you will have all these strings at the bottom, as you see with this one. And there's a couple of different ways you can do this so that you get it so it can wave. Basically, with the string, you want to twist it at the bottom when you put it through all of these different straws. And I've taped mine to a straw right here, so it's a little bit easier to use. And then every time you pull the bottom straw, it waves. Pretty cool, right? But that will be everything for today's craft. I hope I was able to walk you through it and it wasn't too hard or complicated. But I've had a lot of fun with you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see you all later. Have a good one, everybody.